I'm Kat, and today I'm going to show you my tower run, the team that I use, some tips hopefully that will help you along your tower run, and also I wanted to give a shout out to my friend and guildmate, Shadow2K, who also helped me with some of these tips because without him I think I would still be failing tower. So let's look at the tower I got today. I have Gretel in 3 floors, floor 2, floor 5, and floor 7. The reason I'm pointing out Gretel specifically is she can be a bit annoying. If anyone's ever dealt with her, you'll know what I'm talking about. So the way to deal with her isn't actually my main tower team. I'm going to use a different team for those towers, at least where she will attack first. So for floor 2 it should be okay because it's actually going to be Hagrim who goes first, which is this guy right here. And for the other 2, right here on floor 5, she will go first. So I'm going to use a different team for that. And also for floor 7, that's also a full goblin tower team, so it's going to be a little bit tougher. If you've ever dealt with this team in the tower, sometimes it can be a little bit more annoying when it's the full goblin team, especially if Mako is in the team. This time I lucked out and I got Squinch instead, so maybe I'll cover that in another video. Let's get started. First I'll show you the team that I use. We're going to have Lorelei in the first slot, Rayla on the second, Echo on the third, and Jinlei on the fourth. Now I have maxed out my characters, all 6-star, all 80, so depending on where you are, you might need to work on them more. Jinlei is crazy strong at 6 stars, and before this latest event, it was incredibly hard for me. I don't know if I just suck or what, but again, with my friend Shadow2K and some of the tips he gave me, this became a lot easier. So we're going to go ahead and test it out with this first floor, and I'll show you what I mean. Now make sure your auto is off for that when you're coming into the tower, or else you could potentially mess up. But first thing we're going to do is start with an S1 here. We're going to use Rayla and hopefully only use it one time. In this case, it will be either Shadow Blade or actually probably just Shadow Blade. He does more damage than any of these other ones, so let's go ahead and target him. Now all those follow-up attacks were all Rayla and her command, so that really kind of cleared out one of the harder enemies of this team. I'm gonna go ahead and get some energy so that I could prepare for the next floor. Here I'm gonna use Silence. This will prevent them from attacking me, at least with their skills. And then everything after this can just be basic attacks for the most part. You can use Rayla's S2 here. Depending on who you're fighting, you might just use basic attacks if it's a weaker team. So we'll go ahead and attack this person right here. They were almost close to dying, so might as well. And then we could use this here. And then the rest I could just basic attack. Right? Easy. That was the first floor. I'm going to take this floor by floor and hopefully, I don't make any hiccups in between. Alright, so entering this second floor, normally I might use something else if Gretel was first. In this case, it's going to be Hagrim. So if I have Trixie Faye prepared the way I was trying to in the last floor, I should be able to handle Gretel a little bit easier with this same team. Alright, so we use Trixie Fay right here on Grettle. Hagrim attacked first. I'm not really sure why Black Diamond went before Hagrim. Actually, I do know. She was first in the turn, and I missed that she was also fast and would attack before Hagrim. So here, I'm going to go ahead and try to deal with Gretel first. If I can kill her, then the rest of the team is fairly easy to defeat. Get our energy back up. We can silence here. Never mind, we can't silence here because I'm dumb. Okay. Now Gretel could be basic attack to kill here, and then the rest of the team I could literally just basic attack the rest. And it's very important that I leave Rayla actually ready to use her S3 on the next floor. That's why you want to save your last couple attacks as basic attack. That way your whole team is for the most part prepared. And on to the next floor. Alright, here we go with floor 3. Nothing too hard in this one, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with Trixie Fay. I could only target one person because of taunt, so let's do that. Now, sometimes in the tower you'll have heroes that are not fully ascended. If you can tell here, Spitfire is not fully ascended, so you do have to kind of familiarize yourself with that. If you don't deal with a fully ascended Gretel, it could actually be a little bit easier that way, because in that form of her, she can actually be silenced by Jinlei. But if she has that S3, then Jinlei's silence won't work. Gonna get the energy back up. Gonna use silence. Now for this floor, it probably would be more beneficial for me to attack Emily because she resurrects. You almost always want to attack anyone who resurrects or the healer out of a team if possible, depending if taunt is blocking you or not. That way you can kill them, and if you do happen to fail, you won't have to deal with that annoying hero anymore. So just a little bit of advice there. Here we will use an S2 versus just using basic attacks on Emily because she is kind of tanky. And not anymore. See, Jinlei is so strong, so ever since getting him 6-starred, which literally just happened today, it has been a lot easier. And see you in the next one. Here we go with floor 4. Again, nothing to be wary about as much. You do want to maybe keep an eye on Lorelei and kill her first. Outside of that, the rest of it should be fairly easy. Now we want to kill Emily before she revives anyone. Luckily it's not a problem because she's the only one left. Alright. easy peasy. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, so on floor 5 we're going to do things a little bit differently, only because Gretel will attack first here. We're going to go ahead and change it out to a little bit customized team, specifically for Gretel because of how annoying she is. My Gretel is actually a little bit lower. So we'll use Gretel, Archon, Rogar, having some trouble finding him, and then last will be Wrath. Alright, so what you just saw is the reason you want to use both Gretel and Wrath. Gretel on an enemy team will always target Wrath because he's taunted. And the second thing is that Gretel on your team will also get rid of that bunnied debuff, so it works out pretty great. Archon and Rogar are here specifically just to kill Gretel because they're fire and she's weak against fire, so it's the best I could do. Now I don't want to target her with Little Bunny. I do want to target any other hero that I think might be, the most annoying outside of Gretel. So in this case, let's just say it's gonna be Grog for now. And let's kill Gretel. And there we go, she's dead. So if I lose this team, it's okay. I don't really need the whole team. I'm mostly just trying to kill Gretel off, but hopefully I can try to survive this and use it for the next Gretel floor that I have. Barely holding on there. And there goes Archon. So Falcon always gets invincibility, whenever he gets critted, so it's best to just use basic attacks when that happens. Let's see if my team can kill Falcon. I feel I don't use Gretel enough and don't know exactly how to use her abilities as much as some of the other heroes. I find her so annoying and I just don't want to deal with her, but she has her uses. Alright, and there we go. So I did lose one hero. Technically it's Archon. I actually don't know what happens if he dies and then comes back technically, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, floor 6, we could go back to our normal team, and look at that, looks like Archon was actually still there. I guess it killed off my other hero in place of Archon since Archon was technically still alive, so I guess we're learning together in this video. So we're gonna go back to our regular setup. Now Trixie Faye was not ready on this one, so let's see if we could work around it. So heroes that cast fear, like this hero right here, you want to be careful with that kind of thing. Or with Agnon, that could really mess up your tower run if you do give them a chance to fear you. But for right now, it should be fine. You just need to be careful with it. I could probably just basic attack the rest. Yep, I was right. Alright, see you on the next floor. Alright, so floor 7 is going to be a little bit trickier. I did lose one hero on the last Gretel floor, but at least my Gretel is still alive, so we're going to go back in with Gretel, Archon. This time I'm replacing Rogar with Dagon. Should still be plenty of damage, hopefully. And my Wrath was still alive, so the whole targeting thing will still work. I don't think it's a smart idea to turn everyone into bunnies with her S3 and then proceed to kill those bunnies and have Nub Nub heal them. So we're only gonna bunny Nub Nub for this, and hopefully he doesn't die and heal Gretel before I can finish her off. I'm not even sure if I want to use the S1 for this because, again, I might accidentally kill the Nub Nub bunny and have her healed back up, so it might just be better to only attack her as much as possible. This one I have to do all of them. But hey, look, she's almost dead. Let's see if we could kill her off. Alright, success. Now, if the rest of them die, it's okay because I went in with the main mission to kill off Gretel. Now, if I had another Gretel floor, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what I would be doing. But luckily I have great guildmates to kind of help me out with that, so. Can we just talk about how much Nub Nub can heal? It's insane. Now, if I had Rayla, then I could just use nerve damage and it wouldn't be too big of a deal. I could stop him at least from healing himself. Generally, I just leave him last and it works out, but, you know, work with what we have. Like, literally just healed all the damage I did, so that sucks. Probably should have killed someone else and left Nub Nub for my light team, but, you know, still kind of learning. I never really completed the tower every day before this, so still trying to figure things out. Oh, the doom. Alright, well, we'll go in with our light team on the next one. Alright, let's finish this tower off. The rest of this should be easy now that I've dealt with the Gretel floors. attack the rest. So much easier when Gretel isn't in the picture anymore. Easy. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, let's go for it. We know what to do by now. At least I'm starting to know what to do by now, so hopefully you can follow along and this video helps you with yours. Now there's two heroes that resurrect here, both Ponty and Ember, and then probably want to deal with those first. I don't know what I'd do if there was a resurrect and a Gretel. Like, I always get confused of who I should target, but I think just think about who's gonna give you the most trouble and try to kill them first if possible. Selwyn is pretty good defensively. I'm still waiting to figure out how to make a really good water defense team, or offense team for that matter, but I guess I'm just playing light team like most others. Just, it's easy, it's fast, and they have great synergy. Alright, let's go for it on floor 9. Now on this one we do have an all-dwarf team. With an all-dwarf team, you're going to have all of them go fast because you have Hagrim here, and he has a skill that basically allows all other dwarfs to be hastened. I guess that's how you say that, hastened, for the first 2 rounds, and it could be a little bit hard to deal with sometimes. If you need to, you can put in a kill team before this to, you know, wear out all of their S1s first and then come in with your light team. So it just depends on how confident you are, or, you know, that kind of thing. I'm not very confident, and here I am going full force. Hopefully it doesn't backfire. Alright, I think I lucked out. Hagrim doesn't look like he's fully ascended, or else all of these dwarves would get to attack first. So you also want to leave Valken right here last. He has invincible applied to him whenever anyone crits him, which can be annoying, but if you leave him last and just keep basic attacking him, it should be fine. Not so bad. On to the next one. Alright, floor 10. Doesn't seem too bad. We want to probably attack Serenity first on this one. So you see how I applied silence and then it was removed? That's actually Serenity doing that. That's why you want to take her out first. Now normally I wouldn't do that on purpose, but I figure for anyone who doesn't know, that's how Serenity works. And here we go, just basic attack the rest. Falcon's really good at not dying, so if you have a pretty good use for him, he's worth considering. Right, on to the last floor before, you know, the very ominous last boss. Floor 11, let's go. For this one, we want to use our Trixie Fae on Niv. Ended up getting frozen anyways. It's the last floor, so I might as well use more of the skills and not just basic attack. Heal, why not? Alright, we got through that pretty easily. See you on the next one. Alright, so here we go. Floor 12. One boss. 4 heroes. This is some sort of meme by now. You could basically just basic attack him the whole way. You can use skills all the way. Just so you can see his stats, he's only 3 stars. He's level 81 though, so watch out. If you use Agnon on this last one, if you use Terror Storm, it'll actually kill him through different elements, which is pretty interesting and fun to use. Alright, there we go, successful tower run. So here we go with the rewards. For anyone who doesn't know what you get, if you can complete the tower every day, you'll get 300 gems, which is about 2,100 if I remember correctly, if you can complete it all in the week. So that's 2,100 gems if you complete it every day. So if you get good, it's worth it to do it every day. Along with that, we get some potions, not any of the really big ones, and unfortunately we only get one of the 1,600, but again, if you do it every day, it's pretty helpful to get any XP potions in the game in general, so again, worth checking out. Alright, last things I wanted to cover. One, I wanted to give a shout out to my guildmate. Wrong leaderboard. So this is Shadow 2K, and he is currently number 5 in the tower leaderboards. He would probably be able to reach 1 if the people above him, you know, didn't do towers every day. That's the only way you could really catch up to anyone here. But he does do the towers every day and makes it look so easy, and he did help me out a lot and a lot of my other guildmates, so again, can't thank him enough for it, and his valuable experience and tips on this, because again, I don't think I could have done it without him. And then another thing I wanted to mention, when you do the tower, can't even show you right now, but when you do the tower, you basically want to keep a couple things in mind outside of, you know, if you're lower level and you don't have all these things ready, you will want to take note of the fact that if you have too many heroes that start becoming the next tier star, like let's say you're freshly new to the game and you have all 1-star heroes, they're gonna stay 1-star until you get some 2-star heroes. When you get 1, you'll start seeing a couple, and then when you get more than that, you'll see even more. Pretty soon, if half of your roster becomes 2-star, you're going to see your entire tower as 2-star. All of mine were 6-star since I only had maybe 6-star heroes. I'm not really sure what the math is, and I could share that in a different video to cover it, but just keep in mind that your tower will progress with you, so sometimes you have to, you know, if you're lower level, let it build up a little bit before you try attacking it or, you know, taking it on, because it does get progressively harder, and if you're new to the game, that could be a little bit, you know, discerning. So don't worry about it, you'll get better, you'll get there. Tower is usually more of a late game type of thing for, you know, higher level players, but if you want to try to do it earlier than that, then I'll try to release a different guide covering the tower and things you can do outside of what I showed you in this video. So again, hope this helps, and I'll see you on the next one.